I'm willing to bet that you didn't know that LeBron James has a worse assist to turnover ratio than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm willing to bet you didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. With all of this brouhaha, much ado about nothing, about MJ's DPOY in 1988. I've been kind of having this one like in my back pocket. I think now is a good time to spring it. I think it's a good time to start looking at LeBron's stats and seeing, how they rank. Now I'm not challenging the veracity of his stats in this particular video because these are accurate. This is accurate. What I am challenging is, his placement historically as a so-called playmaker. Okay? LeBron James has a 2.11 career assist to turnover ratio. That doesn't even rank in the top 35 all time. Let me say that once more. LeBron James is not even a top 35. Okay, not even in the top 35. He's not even a top 35 playmaker in terms of assist to turnover ratio. Okay, and the funny thing about it is, I am a big Caitlin Clark fan. She is a significantly better point guard than LeBron. It's really not even close. If you watch LeBron, LeBron's assists come about as a result of him just simply passing players the ball. He stands at the top of the key and he passes the ball to somebody in the corner for them to shoot a three. Or he drives and kicks. What he doesn't do is create easy shots. So, we know that LeBron is the all-time leader in turnovers. But what's really shocking is that given his very high usage rate, the fact that he's his team's number one option and his team's point guard, why doesn't he get more assists? I mean, that career 7 assists per game, it should be more like 9 or 10. I went through and I looked at every player with a minimum of 4,000 assists. Okay? And I just did the math. I just looked at the turnovers and I just did the math. LeBron's assist to turnover ratio is half or twice as bad as Chris Paul's. Twice as bad. And this is why, I've said in other videos, there are players in NBA history of whom you could say that they just simply didn't play with enough talent, that they'd be in the GOAT discussion if they had played with more talent. LeBron isn't one of them. Chris Paul may be one of them. Career 4.01 assist to turnover ratio. Okay? John Stockton would clearly have a title if it wasn't for Michael Jordan. Maybe 2. Okay? At the top of this list. I was surprised by Muggsy Bogues though. That shocked me. But you can just go down this list. Magic Johnson, I would have expected him to be a little higher, but that's still a very good number. Okay? Very good number. Steve Nash, won 2 MVPs, basically on his playmaking. Okay? I want to say this. It is odd that LeBron is so gifted, puts up such stats, and yet he needs so much around him in order to win. That has been the perplexing aspect of his career. That he is arguably, I mean, I'm not even going to deny, he is arguably the most talented player in NBA history. Okay? But that's not impact. That just means you personally are going to go out and do a lot of great stuff on the floor. Okay? But it's as if LeBron, everybody else on the floor has to be an all-star in order for him to win the chip. Or, as in the case of 2020, everybody on the floor has to be an all-league defense caliber player. He just needs, and we hear this refrain every year. I'm hearing it from the bronze sexuals again. Oh well, we've got to change the Lakers aren't going to win. New coach can't be expected to win unless you flip the roster. Not enough help. Okay? Well, I want to really do a few videos wherein I do a deep dive and try to figure out exactly why LeBron doesn't impact winning more. And this is one of the reasons. I want you to imagine that, let's say the Heatles, their starting point guard was Stephon Marbury. We surprised that they only win 2 out of 4. Let's just say for argument's sake, instead of LeBron, it was Stephon Marbury, D Wade, Bosh, and because they need a little bit more scoring. Let's say they've got a decent scoring center or 4 or whatnot, depending on where you want to put Bosh. On paper, that team, 3 all-stars, they should kill it, right? But we know what Stephon Marbury does to teams. And I'm going to be doing a video on that coming up. The power of bad intangibles. But having Russell Westbrook. Let's say you put Russell Westbrook at the point guard at that Miami team. Are we surprised that team only wins 2 out of 4? Okay. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. Okay. LeBron is basically Russell Westbrook as a point guard. Does anybody really think of Damian Lillard as a playmaker? He's more efficient at it than LeBron. Steph Curry, Larry Bird, right around the same range. So, LeBron leaves a lot to be desired. He is not. He does not create open shots for his teammates. What he does is he goes out on the floor and he does his thing. He grabs the ball off the rim and he pushes the pace and he passes people the ball. But he really... So the thing is, LeBron really doesn't have the type of gravity that a Kobe or even a KD. You know what LeBron's gonna do. You may not be able to stop it. In fact, you probably can't. But you know what LeBron's gonna do. But he doesn't really have the type of bag to wherein, he can just hurt you from anywhere on the floor. And so consequently, you kind of can defend against it enough to beat him in the playoffs. So LeBron's mediocre point guard. Mediocre as a point guard. And that's kind of the long and the short of it. Thank you very much. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sure I'll get a lot of pushback on this, and I'm ready for it. I'll see you in the comment section.